So I want to talk about the different islands in Thailand and which are the best ones. And rather than actual talking about individual islands, I want to talk about areas of islands, because there are certain groups of islands in different places. Now, you've got some east of Bangkok, you've got some further down the main part of Thailand on the west coast, and you've got some on the east coast. So if we do those in that order, from Bangkok you can go about 4 hours east of Bangkok. You've got, they call it the eastern seaboard, and you've got Koh Samet, you've also got Koh Sichang and Koh Chang, and out of those I really recommend Koh Samet. It's quite normal that the big islands don't tend to have as nice water as the small islands, because the big islands you've got the rivers running into the sea and it kind of churns up the water. So the small islands really have clear water, and I recommend Koh Samet for really clear, beautiful sea. If you go further on, you've got Koh Chang. I think it's about an hour further, maybe 2 hours further, near Cambodia, and it's also good, but because it's a big island it's not quite as clear, but it means you can explore more. And if you rent a car and take it there, then you can actually go across on a ferry, so it's a bit of an adventure. So that's east of Bangkok, about 4 hours east of Bangkok, those islands. And let's look now at the eastern. If you come down, maybe it's an hour flight from Bangkok, come down to, you've got 3 islands, Koh Samui, Koh Phangan and Koh Tao. And I think Koh Tao is the best out of those. Again, it's the smallest one, and you've got some really beautiful beaches, white sand, great for snorkeling and scuba diving. So I'd recommend Koh Tao. I went there a long time ago, and there was actually no electricity. I think this was 20 something years ago, probably 25 years ago. There was no electricity, but what I understand now, it's a lot more built up. So I'm not sure how it's changed because of that. That's Koh Tao. Koh Phangan I've not been to. Used to be for hippies smoking funny cigarettes, but I don't know now. But Koh Samui I've been to a few times. I prefer the area I'm in at the moment in Phuket, but Koh Samui is still nice. It's just you can kind of go around it in one day, and people will stay there a week or 2 weeks. Because you can go around it in one day, you kind of feel like you've discovered everything. Whereas I think over this side where I am now, Phuket and Krabi, it takes you weeks to discover everything. So anyway, that's Koh Samui and around there. It's great for diving. I used to do scuba diving now, and I saw whale sharks, so I think it's good to go scuba diving now. But really, I'd save the best till last, and there's 2 areas here. You've got Krabi and you've got Phuket. It's about a 2-hour ferry ride between them, and you can fly into either. They both got airports. Phuket is more of an international airport compared with Krabi. So if we talk about Krabi first of all, really nice. You can do lots of activities there. They've got rock climbing, again scuba diving, and you can go out to some very small islands. It's very easy to get around there. They've got these water taxis, so you just pay, I think it's 200 baht, and you go across to one of the, they're actually not, the first place is not islands, it's a peninsula, and it's cut off by these limestone kind of mountains, limestone mountains, and it's cut off by some of those, so it's really beautiful, and people do rock climbing on those mountains. So I recommend that. That's actually on the mainland, and then they've got some really small islands, and you can kind of visit about 5 in a day, and you've got these tours that go between the islands, and that's really recommended. I really like it. Really white sand, great for snorkeling and swimming, really beautiful. So that's Krabi. Common thing is to stay in Ao Nang. You can base yourself in Ao Nang, and then they've got nightlife there and shopping or whatever, and then you can go off for the day. Or you can stay in places like Yanui Beach, and it feels like you're on an island, but it's actually, like I said, it is the mainland, but it's got that island feel to it. So it's more huts and small kind of huts or guest houses rather than big hotels. So that's another choice there. So let's come on lastly to Phuket, and I think it must be the best, or I must think it's the best, because I spend about 4 or 5 months a year here, and I like it. What I would say is don't just stay in Patong. A lot of people go to Patong, it's the main area, the main beach area, loads of nightlife and kind of crazy, busy traffic, and a lot of people just stay there. But don't do that. Even if you stay there, I wouldn't actually recommend staying there unless you really want the nightlife, then stay there. But I recommend more maybe Karon or Kata, they're a bit further down, a bit quieter. And I would say any of those, just get yourself a motorbike or a car and travel around, because there's some beautiful beaches. Where I am now in the south, I'm near Yanui Beach, you've got Naiharn Beach. These are really nice places. Yanui Beach, that's one of the best for snorkeling, and a lot of other beaches. So with Phuket, you can spend, you know, a week or two just going around, and then take some trips. You can go out to some islands nearby, and also to like James Bond Island, where they made one of his films, and they've again got these limestone cliffs that pop out of the sea, and that's really good. So if you come to Phuket, maybe base somewhere and then drive around and just see everything. So hope you found that useful. That's really just a summary of all the islands, and I'll go into more depth on each of the places in later videos. So if you found it useful, please give this a thumbs up. If you've been to any of these islands, then please leave a comment below and tell me your thoughts. If you've got any questions, please ask those below. And my channel is all about traveling and working. I've been doing this for 27 years, really just traveling mostly around Asia, but also other countries, and I love it. So if you're interested in that, please subscribe to my channel. So thanks a lot, and I'll see you in the next video.